What's up, man? I want to talk today about failure, failing, failure, the misdefinition and misconception we got about the word failure. Um, it's like failing, you only fail if you give up. You know, you only fail if you give up. The reason why I say that is you can have a business, you can start a business, man, and the business be doing good and the business be doing all right. And you feel like the business could do better. If you close that business down and move to another business or move that business to another area, that's not considered a failure. Sometimes you have successful businesses that close down, but that don't mean that that's a failure. You know what I'm saying? You only fail when you quit, when you give up. That's a failure because you're not giving yourself an opportunity to win. You know, you got to continue to fight even though things are tough or things not going the way you expected. You still continue to keep going. When you learn something from a so-called fail, it's always a positive. Anytime you have something that doesn't go the way you want to, you have to learn something from it. You don't call that a failure. You know, you got to look at the fails as kind of wins because you get knowledge. You know, you getting experience. You're going through things that you never went through before. So you got to always look at a fail as a learning experience. You know, you take that, you learn from it, and you do better. You move on to the next thing, and then you use what you learned from the last thing and put that with the new things that you learned to be successful, and you go on from there. It's not a fail until you quit. You know, you have people that have $1 million businesses. They close $1 million businesses. I don't look at that as a fail. I look at it as they just changed to something else, or they found a different route. You know, as long as you learn from it, you always gonna do better on the next endeavors, your next business endeavors, the next thing you open up. You know, the next business that you acquire, you're gonna learn from the last. You know, mistakes, you learn from the mistakes, and when you learn from the mistakes, you put them towards the new things that you're doing. So it's never a fail, man. Even if it take you 5 years, 10 years to get it right. Most businesses don't last in the first year. They close down because, you know, maybe the timing wasn't right. Maybe they didn't have enough education on the business that they got into. Maybe it was just a rough time in the market. You know, most businesses close in the first year, but the ones that succeed and the ones that continue to build and grow and spread out are the ones that don't quit. You know, are the ones that don't give up. You know, when you keep fighting, man, you can't do nothing but win. You know, because you're staying persistent, you're staying consistent. That's the most important things of anything you're doing. You got to stay consistent at it. You know, when you stay consistent, it got to pay off. You know, because you putting out the physical effort, you putting out the mental effort, you putting that sweat equity into it, so it got to pay. But as soon as you quit, it could have been the mark. It could have been the mark of that's the time it was gonna pay, but you quit right before you got the payoff. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say soon as you lay, that's when they pay. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you lay off, that's when they pay off. You know, so you might have digged the tunnel. You might have digged the tunnel for 2 years to get to the diamonds and stop, and then the diamonds right on the other side of the tunnel. You know, you can't quit before you get to your payoff, man. You can't quit until you get to your win. Don't never quit. Don't never give up, man. Just keep pushing, man. All right.